the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosun.
Hello, welcome. This is Celebration TV News Desk, and I'm Femi Marks. Merry Christmas in compliment of the season. The headlines: last Intercontinental Fire Night, a Fire Miracle Night with Apostle Suleiman this Friday. FG redeployed 676 senior civil servants. From the foreign scene, Hanolo Solo Eclipse, crowds in Asia gathered to see Ring of Fire. On business, FG reverses decision to sell oil asset stake, and on sport, Joshua approach to fight in Congo. Stay with us. Details after this short break. You're welcome back. The last Intercontinental Fire Miracle Night with Apostle Suleiman this Friday. The Intercontinental Fire Miracle Night is one of the regular monthly programs in Omega Fire Ministries. This program takes place every last Friday of the month. The Fire Miracle Night is mainly for intensive prayers, the prophetic, and above all, the miraculous power of God. At the Christmas service yesterday, 25th December, the man of God reminded the Christians of this last Fire Miracle Night, insisting on massive presence as if said that many will come from all around the world to gather at the headquarters church in our Edo State for these all-night of prayers in Omega Fire Ministries International Headquarters. After every Fire and Miracle Night, God's servant always has a special service dedicated to pray for the sick as instructed by God. This service is called Jehovah the Doctor service. However, the man of God this time announced that there will be no Jehovah the Doctor service, saying that he will pray for the sick during the Fire and Miracle Night. And still from the local news, FG redeployed 676 senior civil servants. The federal government of Nigeria again ordered the redeployment of 676 top civil servants across ministries, departments, and agencies. The latest redeployment came about at the same time that the government redeployed 107 directors, deputy directors, and assistant directors at salary grade levels 15 to 17. Those affected in the latest mass redeployment are government officials at salary grade levels of level 7 to 14. Majority of those redeployed were moved to fill vacancies created in their new stations, either because of promotion or retirement of former holders of the positions, while some others were redeployed based on request or to serve as deputies to some people. The news correspondent cited a copy of the circular conveying the redeployment on Monday. The circular was signed by the Director Overseeing Office of the Permanent Secretary, Career Management Office, L.A. Mariga, on behalf of the Acting Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemiesho. Mariga directed that the process of handing and taking over must be concluded not later than Monday, December 30th. And still from local news, outrage again, 37 billion naira NAS renovation budget misplaced from the Senate this time. The Senate has described as misplaced and unwarranted the public outcry against the leadership of the National Assembly over the proposed renovation of the nation's parliament complex by federal government at a cost of 37 billion naira. The acting chairman, Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Senator Gudia Kwashaki, who stated this in an interview with our correspondent Abuja, said National Assembly leadership played no role either in the approval, the execution of the cost of the project. Kwashiki explained to the press on Tuesday that the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Bajabiamila, did the right thing by informing the President Muhammadu Buhari when the building was given signs of an imminent collapse. He said the public outcry against the leadership of the National Assembly on the issue of 37 billion naira, a National Assembly complex renovation project, is not only misplaced, but unnecessary and unwarranted. And lastly, from the local scene this morning, today, visa on arrival policy portends danger. Autumn warns Buhari. Governor Samuel Autumn of Benue State on Wednesday urged the federal government to review its decision to give African travelers visas on arrival in the country with effect from January next year. Autumn, in a statement issued by his chief press secretary, Tavo Akause, said the decision meant that Africans wishing to travel to Nigeria could freely do so whenever they desire. The governor said, as popular as the policy might sound, it portends danger ahead as Nigeria will soon turn to a safe haven for persons with questionable character, such as terrorists and other criminals who would come into Nigeria without hindrance. He appealed, therefore, to the president to reconsider the decision in the overall interest of the nation. In the same vein, the governor commended Nigerians whose dogged clamor led to the release of human rights activist and pro-democracy campaigner Omoyele Sowore, as well as former National Security Advisor Colonel Sambo Dasuki. Autumn equally commended President Buhari for ordering the release of Sowore and Dasuki in accordance with the rule of law. Away now from from local news now to foreign stories. Anulo solar eclipse, crowds in Asia gather, and Asia gather to see the ring of fire. Trump impeachment, Lisa Murkowski disturbed over coordination. Stay with us. We'll give you the details of this news after this short break. Don't go away.
When the fire falls, it consumes and restores.
Better is the end of a matter than the beginning thereof. It's our last fire and miracle night for the year.
Last Fire and Miracle Night with Apostle Johnson and Dr. Lizzie Suleiman, 27 December 2019 by 10 p.m. Live at the International Worship Center, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. For updates, please call.
There's a word coming for you.
A sure word will remove your sickness. A sure word will give you a baby. A sure word will make you get married.
Be my guest.
Welcome back. Now to the foreign stories and details. Honolulu solar eclipse. Crowds in Asia gather to see ring of fire. People across Asia are witnessing a Honolulu solar eclipse, which is also known as a ring of fire. Crowds have gathered to watch the natural phenomenon in a number of countries, including Sri Lanka, Indonesia, India, and Saudi Arabia. In an Honolulu eclipse, the moon covers the center of the sun, giving the appearance of a bright ring, and these are usually two solar eclipses on Earth every year, and they occur only when Earth is completely or partially in the moon's shadow. The previous solar eclipse was on 2nd July and was visible almost exclusively over South America. The next total solar eclipse will be on the 14th December 2020 and will be visible across parts of southern Chile and Argentina, and as well as southwest Africa and the Antarctica. More from the foreign news. Trump impeachment, Lisa Murkowski disturbed over coordination. Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski has said she is disturbed by her party's stance before President Donald Trump's impeachment trial. Mr. Trump was this month impeached by the Democrat-run House for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. He now faces trial in the Republican-dominated Senate, whose members are supposed to remain impartial. However, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has pledged total coordination with the White House. Mr. Trump, the third president in the U.S. history to be impeached, is unlikely to be removed from office because of the Republican control of the Senate. The president has repeatedly described the impeachment proceeding as a witch hunt. The senator also said there should be distance between the White House and the Senate over how the trial is conducted. To me, it means that we have to take that step from being armed in glove with the defense, she said. At the same time, she described the impeachment proceedings as rushed. Ms. Murkowski, a moderate Republican, has criticized President Trump on a number of policy issues. In October 2018, she opted not to vote to confirm Mr. Trump's nominee for the Supreme Court after sexual assault allegations. And now to business news now. FG reverses decision to sell oil after stake. And also from business news, CBN clarifies reduction in current account charges and orders. And so, stay with us, we'll give you details after this short break.
Be the first to contact.
What a good news we have to share. This is our first invasion of the year.
Yes, the very first.
Do you live in Las Vegas? Do you live in Los Angeles? Join me as I come to California. I will be ministering God's word in Oakland.
Nobody gets victory when peace is out of place.
Date 7 and 8 January 2020. Live at San Francisco Bay Area Hilton Hotels and Resorts, 1 Hengebanga Road, Oakland, CA 94621. Time 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. GMT-8. For inquiries, please call +1 707 333 7575.
Be my guest for a mighty Greater Works Crusade in California. I'll see you in Oakland.
You're welcome back. Now to business news. FG reverses decision to sell oil asset stake. For the second year in a row, the federal government has failed to carry out its planned sale of some of its stake in joint venture oil assets. The federal government did not include the sale of the JV oil asset stake as a source of expected revenue in the highlight of the 2020 budget presented by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning. The 2019 approved budget presentation revealed that the President, Muhammadu Buhari, had directed that immediate action be commenced to restructure the JV oil assets so as to reduce government shareholding to not less than 40%, and that this exercise must be completed within the 2019 fiscal year. The document said the overall revenue performance in 2018 is only 55% of the target in the 2018 budget, partly because some one-off items such as the 710 billion naira from oil joint venture asset restructuring and 320 billion naira from revision of the oil production sharing contract legislation terms have yet to be actualized and have thus been rolled over to 2019. The nation's oil and gas production structure is majorly split between the JV onshore and in shallow water with foreign and local companies, and the PSC in deep water offshore, to which most international oil companies have shifted their focus in recent years. Still on business news, CBN clarifies reduction in current account charges and orders. The Central Bank of Nigeria has reduced the charges on current account and some other services. It stated that card maintenance fee on current account had been removed as the account already attracted account maintenance fee. The CBN clarified charges that depositors should know about their account with lenders in its revised guide to charges by banks, other financial and non-bank bank financial institutions. Part of the provisions was that a graduated fee scale for electronic transfer will replace the current flat fee of 50 naira. Accordingly, transfer below 10,000 naira would attract a maximum charge of 10 naira. Transfer from 5,001 to 50,000 naira would attract 25 naira, and transfers above 50,000 naira would attract 50 naira. Savings account would attract card maintenance fee of 50 naira per quarter from 50 naira per month. Annual card maintenance fee on FCY denominated cards would reduce to $10 from $20. Remote and ATM charges were reduced to 35 naira after third withdrawal within a month from 65 naira. This charge for hardware token will on cost recovery basis subject to a maximum of 2,500 naira from previous maximum charge of 3,500. That's good news for the Nigerian populace. Thanks to CBN for that. And on sports, now Joshua approached to fight in Congo. Also from sport news, Ozil pays for 1,000 children's surgery. And finally on sport, Oyedeji, confident the Tigers will book Tokyo 2020 tickets. Stay with us. Details come shortly.
Greater Works 2020 comes to Germany. Join me from everywhere, any part of Europe, Belgium, you live in Holland, anywhere in Paris. Make your way down to Germany as we converge in Munich for 2 days of mind-blowing manifestation. There will be the release of the prophetic. The blind will see, the lame will walk, the deaf will hear, the dumb will speak.
On the 14th and 15th January 2020 by 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. GMT+1 at Backstage Concert Arena, Ricknish Strasse 6-80639, Munich, Germany.
And above all, the sinners will be saved. Tell someone to tell someone that Johnson Suleiman is coming to me. God bless you.
You're welcome back. Now, sport news. Joshua approached to fight in Congo. Anthony Joshua has been approached to fight in the African nation to stake the rumble in the jungle. The Democratic Republic of Congo, then called Zaire, in 1974 when Muhammad Ali's rope-a-dope tactics outfoxed George Foreman in a legendary heavyweight title fight, now wants to host a Joshua fight. Promoter Eddie Hearn is exploring an option in Congo. There has been an approach, Joshua's manager Freddie Cunningham said. Joshua has proudly spoken of his Nigerian heritage, and a fight in Africa following in Ali's famous footsteps is on his bucket list. For the next fight, Africa is not the right time, but at the same point, they 100% want it, Cunningham said. Joshua's first two overseas fights came this year, the shock loss to Honduras Jr. in New York and the rematch victory in Saudi Arabia. But Tottenham's new stadium in London has emerged as a realistic location for Joshua's next fight. Promoter Eddie Hearn previously said there are a lot of options internationally, but he does want to box back in the UK. Still on sports, Ozil pays for 1,000 children's surgery. Mesut Ozil is enduring another difficult season at HOSANNA, but let's put it aside his football career for a moment. The playmaker hit headlines recently for speaking out against the Chinese state treatment of Uyghur Muslims. It was brave stance to take in an era when Megan Rapinoe has criticized leading male footballers for not addressing issues of social justice. Ozil and pundit for raising awareness. However, not only did Arsenal refuse to back him, insisting they are an apolitical organization, he received a backlash from the Chinese media. Not only was the North Londoners 3-0 defeat to Manchester City blacked out on Chinese TV, Ozil has also been removed from the country's version of Pro Evolution Soccer. While the 31-year-old is often fairly criticized for his nonchalance on the pitch, not enough is said about the kind of man he is off it. Back in June, he made a pledge to pay for 1,000 children to have life-changing operations to celebrate his wedding to actress Hamina Gas. And lastly, on sports, Oyedeji confident the Tigers will book Tokyo 2020 ticket. Former the Tigers captain Olumide Oyedeji says is 250% certain the Tigers will qualify for the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. The 2019 Women Afro Basket champions will face the United States of America, Serbia, and Mozambique in the 2020 FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournament in Belgrade from February 6 to 9, 2020. The top three teams in the All Belgrade. The former Orlando Magic player believes the girls will pick the ticket. Oyedeji says the team could easily book their passage to the games before facing the U.S. Head coach of the team, Ovly Optis Jr., has named 2019 Nigeria Women's Premier League most valuable player. Fire Miracle Night hopes this Friday with Apostle Suleiman. FG redeploys 676 senior civil servants from the foreign, saying annual solar eclipse, crowds in Asia gather to see ring of fire. On business, FG reverses decision to sell all asset stake. And finally on sport, Joshua approach to fight in Congo. Thanks for staying tuned to watching Celebration TV News, and we thank you for all that you've been doing all the years. Thank you so much. You can follow us on all the social media handle. On Facebook, we are Celebration TV. On Instagram, it's My Celebration TV. And on Twitter, it's at My Celebration TV. And on YouTube, it's www.youtube.com/Celebration TV. Please enjoy a Christmas moment and compliment of the season. Bye for now. I'm Femi Max.
To $15.7 trillion